Let's move on to race 6, final leg of the Triple Trio. And if you've got this far, well, you've guaranteed yourself at least a consolation dividend. 1,000 metres, and this potentially, dare I say, it might be the easier leg of the three, with a couple that'll be short in the market, Dancing Fighter and Allied Agility, both performing well in trials. Car Ying Master likewise. We go down the bottom to some interesting horses that haven't raced yet. All Times Grateful, Super Winner and Who's Horse. They're all 4-year-old PPGs. UW Brother, Winning Ways, and Planet Nakoni's actually trialled quite well leading into race 6. Dancing Fighter has been at Chun Fa. Shadow Roll applied to him for the first time on race day.
I think there'll be plenty happening up front here. Dancing Fighter, Allied Agility, he went forward at his first up run but just couldn't quite do it in his second up run. You had Car Ying Master, who raced forward when he was able to win on debut. Planet Nakoni, he settled back midfield in his most recent start, but he might not be far away. UW Brother, at all times gratefully a newcomer as well. It'll be interesting to see what he does from the get-go.
Here is Dancing Fighter, going nicely enough here. That's on 180, so the one closest to us. Nice, quiet piece of work, running away a little bit from unfolding. Neither horse being pushed, but he's very forward. And as you say, the Shadow Roll will go on for the first time with him. Allied Agility's 2 starts, one really good win on debut, and then not so good his second start. But he did have a cut leg and he did pull up lame, so definitely had excuses. Trialled well, cheek pieces go on him, he looks good there. And the other one is Car Ying Master, 1 start, 1 win. So really nice race this, a few youngsters coming through. He's drawn the inside, barrier number 3, but again, he's unbeaten and his work's good. He's the son of Schnitzel.
That he is. Did you have a schnitzel in the off-season, Paul?
I did, actually.
So did I.
Yeah, turkey one.
It's not a thing here in Hong Kong, schnitzel.
Makes 3 of us. Let's hear from a man who loves his schnitzel, Zach Purton. He's talking about Dancing Fighter.
Zach, Dancing Fighter, hasn't had too long between runs for him. What were your thoughts on his trial down the straight last week?
Yeah, I thought his trial was good. It was probably a better trial than what he produced going into his most recent run. So I think having that run at the back end of last season and Casper's been able to continue to work him along, I think he's in a little bit better form than last start.
Last time out, was he in need of the run also? You dropped the whip over the concluding stages. Did that make a difference to the result, did you feel?
No, it didn't. He was already beaten at the time, but it was more that he'd had such a long time off. You know, he'd come back. He's not the biggest horse. He had to carry a big weight, so he was just feeling it.
The Shadow Roll goes on. He had that on for the trial last week. Could you notice a difference?
Not a huge amount of difference, no. It's sort of probably just kept him a little bit more focused and giving him something to look at than looking around a little bit. But he's got that awful, awkward high head carriage, which is why it flicked the whip out of my hand last time. You know, hopefully he can get his head down as time goes on.
Just finally, in your career, you would have received plenty of big cheques in your career for big race wins, but Wednesday night a big cheque of a different sort, the Quocks donating to your good friend Ty England. It must have been special for you to be a part of that.
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's a situation that we never like to see, and you don't want to see anyone end up in the position he's in, but the Quocks have been very generous. Obviously, it happened on their horse, so they felt some type of responsibility, and they were kind enough to come to the hospital when Ty was here and had a talk to him, and you know, passed on their sort of well wishes and whatnot else. But you know, they come up with the idea themselves that they wanted to try and help their kids as they got older. So it goes into a trust to be used for them for their education later on in life, and you know, it's going to give them a nice start in life, and it's very generous of them.
Absolutely. Well said, Zach Purton. A marvellous gesture from the Quock family to Ty England. And it sounds like Zach Purton might have needed a soother as opposed to a schnitzel there. Little cold by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be...
You haven't suffered any of those, Paul, in your hammock in the last week or two, have you?
No, not at all. But look, I mean, he'll be right for race day. There'll be no question about it.
No doubt.
So look forward to that.
Dancing Fighter, I think too, we saw in that replay, Allied Agility, I think fair to say, got galloped on last start, but he comes back pretty good. It should be a good contest between those two, and potentially one or two others, like Ka-Ying Master, who's 1 for 1.
Yeah, and they've still kept him a full horse. He's still a Coulter's Ka-Ying Master. Benno Jung, Keith Jung teaming up here. Good debut win. He began well and then he sat handy. This was Aquila in front and he was under pressure at about the 250. He was able to be there, Johnny on the spot, and grab the win. He's had a good trial as well with Winning Together. There might have been some improvement from Winning Together in a recent trial, but I do like Ka-Ying Master.
Yeah, he's a nice horse. I like all the three, I think will be the main protagonists in this race, and I think it's a 3-horse race. He's definitely a good chance.
There are 3 newcomers to consider. All Time's Grateful, I wasn't overly impressed with his trial. Whose horse has been gelded back in April? He's been here a while. I thought his trial, Carnival Night, was inconclusive, but Super Winner, big strapping grey horse, I thought his trial was OK.
I didn't mind it. He's actually had 4 trials here in total. He had a trial in New Zealand at Avondale under the guidance of Jamie Richards. He's actually a half to Circuit Glory, who has raced here in the past, Circuit Glory. And I didn't mind this trial. You can see not really pressuring him too much. A few ran past him over the final stages, but I think he could be a bit of a chance here at a price, 16 and 9.5.
11.58 pounds. The other one with Dennis Yep trained is 1,077. All Time's Grateful. I think we'll need further.
Planet Nakoni has trialled OK. Now, we spoke about Regency Gem earlier on in the program, race 1. That's Regency Gem moving up to the outside of Planet Nakoni, who's drawn well to be up on the speed. Is he any chance of sticking on here, do you think?
He'll need to improve, I think, what we've seen last season. I haven't seen enough to suggest that yet, so I'm happy to watch him.
I think he definitely has improved. We're watching the market, but, yeah, this is a fairly deep race, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of first up this term for him. Close to a drop in Class 2. So is it 1 or 2? 2 or 1 for you, Paul?
I went 1 to beat 2. There's these 3 exciting 4-year-olds, first, second and third. I've got Dancing Fighter, Allied Agility, Ka-Ying Master in that order. And then I threw Sunshine Universe. He got a new lease of life when he got down the straight 1,000. Won 2 of his last 4. I got him in for 4th, but I do like these top 3 horses. 1, 2, 4, 5.
4 on top for me, Ka-Ying Master. I think he is the one to beat here. Of course, Dancing Fighter is going to give him a decent race down the straight here, but I think he might be able to just come out on top, Ka-Ying Master. I've thrown in Allied Agility, and I've also thrown in Super Winner at a price to make up the quartet. 4, 1, 2 and 10.
Yeah, similar numbers to me. First of 2 straight 1,000-metre races. That one, race number 6. Race 9 is the other. We're going to take another small break here on Racing to Win. Plenty more coming up on the other side.